I'm standing here on top of the world, and this is Kilauea in Kauai, Hawaii, and all of that is so difficult for me to do since I'm coming from New York. But I love it, looking down at the lighthouse and the water. When I think of Hawaii, I think of incredible waters, I think of surfing, I think of all the movies that I've seen in the past. And the water, for instance, all the jewel colors like tanzanite and aquamarine. There's great sea life like the humpback whales. And there's so much to see here, the greenery, the friendly people. When I think of Hawaii, I also think of the hula. And the hula is really a folkloric tale with the hands and the body. And you know, we've seen so many of these incredible dancers. I love it here. I'm John Haggins, a Globetrotter. Stay tuned and you'll see some of these incredible places on the island of Kauai, Hawaii.
Kauai has the most beautiful lush landscapes and a coastline that is so unbelievable. Lemahuli Garden is surrounded by lush green mountains and beautiful floral. It looks like the set of a movie. Kauai is a family-friendly destination. Kids love it because they can jump, swim, run, and they have great fun on the beach.
Fragrant as a the whisper of a mountain breeze from the skies of
Young adults also enjoy swimming in the rivers.
And brighter than the evening star, dancing on the moonlight bay, surrounded by
the beach is aligned with swaying palm trees.
Floating on a crystal sea.
My name is Walt McCoy, Tour Program Manager for the National Tropical Botanical Garden. And we're located here on beautiful Kauai. On the south shore of Kauai near Poipu. We've continued on our little journey here through the National Tropical Botanical Garden here on Kauai, and we've made our way up into the upper portion of the Lawai Valley and into the McBride Garden. The McBride Garden is our scientific and research garden, and also is home to one of the most beautiful waterfalls out here on Kauai that rarely gets seen, and we thought we'd come up and take a little picture of that. Not too many places you can actually walk up to and get this close to waterfalls on the island.
So tell me about this incredible park. It's nature at its best.
Oh, absolutely, John. It's one of the most biodiverse areas that you'll ever walk through, in that the collections that are in this McBride Scientific and Research Garden are collections from throughout the entire Pacific Basin and throughout the world, in over 6,000 different species, just in this little section itself.
And what I love especially are these incredible royal palms.
Oh yeah.
You have so many different species of the palms here that sort of blows my mind. I mean, I love the idea that you're able to, as a botanist, to bring back all of these incredible plants for your research, you know, which nowadays normal people can't do it, but they can come here and share the experience and to see this, and it's a real education.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, the National Tropical Botanical Garden, when you look at our mission as a nonprofit, is one of conservation, research, and education. And we're all about sharing that with folks who get a chance to come to Kauai and walk through
and the locals.
Our gardens. And oh, absolutely, yeah. So we're a little deeper into the Allerton Garden, and we've come across really this some of the stars. Many movies shot here and used as location for different backdrops of different movies. But what we're going to be looking at here is our Moreton Bay figs. These are the trees that when you go back and watch Jurassic Park again, you'll very much recognize these particular Moreton Bay figs. Moreton Bay figs are Ficus macrophylla. They are native to southern Australia. And the Allertons actually brought these specimens back on a trip that they took. These two gentlemen that created this park were really, I think, the original snowbirds. They didn't fly on vacation when it got cold in Chicago. They had their own steamship, and they traveled the world that way. And when they went places, they would collect art and botanical items and a number of different things, and then incorporated them into their projects. We're actually standing in Bamboo Grove, or the Bamboo Garden of Allerton's garden, and one of several rooms that the Allertons created with plants. Now, most folks don't want to plant bamboo as an architecture item. You know how it can be, but this particular variety is a clumping bamboo. It's called Bambusa vulgaris. This bamboo will grow out to maturity over its lifespan of about 80 years. It grows like most bamboo does, which is in the grass family, quite rapidly up to its maximum height of about 30 to 40 feet, depending. And then it'll live out its life, and from what we're told, it will all go to seed at the same time, so it will all go away all at once. And the area that we're walking through was an area that was their green waste area when they developed the property. And we have a Japanese national on staff here. Fumi Wa is her name. And over the last 12 years, she's created this just as a kind of a, well, this might be a good thing to do with this piece of property in here. And as you pan and look around here, it's filled with beautiful cut tropicals and a number of different just wonderful species. So here we have this rich volcanic soil and a never-ending supply of water, all that fresh water that's flowing not only out of the sky but underneath our feet, that make it a pretty good place to grow things. But things do very well here. And the organization that we're kind of looking at here today is the National Tropical Botanical Garden, established in 1964. It was actually established through a congressional charter that was put together by two gentlemen who owned a portion of the property back then. They actually purchased the front 85 acres of this property back in 1937. It was Robert Allerton and John Gregg Allerton.
The botanical garden is filled with island history and rivers, royal palms, rubber trees, and lots of floral. There are so many lovely beaches. Some are so isolated that you can lay back and hear the whispers of life. And the story continues next week. Hope to see you then. So long for now.
Where